Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another reading. I'm hanging out with Mega Good Vibes. She's just passed out doing her thing. Earlier I was like, "Oh, are you sleepy from sleeping all day?" So that's exactly what's going on here. Okay guys, we love you and appreciate you so much. Thank you for your incredible comments. I do give the Saucy Beaver all the love for you guys. All right, and a big shout out to the Mega crew. I love you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and find out what's going on with the Divine Masculine, because this morning I was at my window, and next door to me there's a condo going up. And so every morning I drink my coffee and I look at the construction worker guys, and it's crazy how fast they move. Like, I remember when I moved in, they were underground, and now they're like, I'm on the second floor, so they're like at like eye level working with me now. It's incredible, guys. But anyways, I was just watching them work, and you know, there's so many of them in different areas of this project, and then all of a sudden I got the message from a song. You guys know the song Girls Dem Sugar by Beanie Man, and Maya, I think, is in that remix. And the part of the song where he goes, "When you're there at work, she dip on your mind," that's the part of the song that I just heard it clear as day in my head, and so I've been singing it all day. All right, so some of the messages I'm getting from this is that this is a masculine that's thinking a lot about you, okay? And they may be doing it at work a lot, because work is probably the only safe place that they can think about you. And what I mean by that is, like, they can think about you and freely communicate with you through telepathy. And what I mean by that is, like, have full-blown conversations with you in their mind, and they don't have to worry about who's looking at them or whether or not, like, they have a smirk on their face. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you're just off and you're doing your own thing, and then someone all of a sudden goes, "What are you laughing about?" or "What are you smiling about?" So I feel like that happens to them when they're like around family or friends or like their home environment. So when they're at work, they're particularly thinking about you, okay? What do they want you to know, Divine Feminine? Okay, let's see what's up here. Okay, so we have soulmate. Okay, so yes, this is your soulmate. I feel like they feel a special connection to you. It could feel for them like you're their soulmate. They may not know about twin flames. The only word that comes to mind for them is like, man, this has got to be some kind of soulmate thing. Or, you know, and some of the things that's making them say this is that, like, when they're having telepathy with you, they can actually hear you respond, okay? And I feel like many of you will have telepathy, and then what'll happen is when you speak in the physical, when you guys get a chance to physically talk, a lot of what you spoke of in telepathy comes out in conversation when you guys physically connect. So for me, twin flame telepathy is, sometimes it can be a great way to figure out what is to come, okay? Like, what's coming in the connection, what's coming up for you guys, all right? And it's also a sign that you guys will connect in the physical again. So if telepathy is strong, you're finding yourself going off in conversation randomly with this person. You may even hear them responding back. And again, it's validated that when you do speak in the physical, it's like you guys are having that same telepathic conversation you had months ago or weeks ago or whatever the case is. Okay, so I feel like you guys have had this confirmed, and because this is happening to them in their day, okay, a lot of these masculines are hard at work, doing their thing, trying to stay focused, but they keep zoning out. They keep zoning out. They keep zoning out. I was going to say stalking to you. They keep zoning out, talking to you in their heads, okay? We have a lot of forgiveness and learning going on. So many of your masculines may be reflecting on the past as well, reflecting on past conversations that you guys have had. And that's why I'm saying, like, communication is going to happen, because maybe you guys had conflict and there was separation, and I feel that for many of you, when you get telepathy, like you guys start communicating in your head again, it means that forgiveness and learning is happening. You guys have maybe understood where the other was coming from, or you're just able to practice forgiveness. You miss this person again. You realize that, you know what, it wasn't worth it. Like, what we argued about or what we bumped heads about, it wasn't even worth it. Okay, I feel like that's how your masculines are feeling, and that's what they want to communicate. It says here, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. Okay, and that more love, I feel like it's what's to come. They want communication again, which is why, yeah, that's why it's happening. All right, how do they see you? What messages do they want to send to you? Divine Feminine, like when they look at you, okay, this could be looking at your social media, it could just be thinking about you. If you guys don't have social media and there's no access to you, I feel like a lot of your masculines just straight up Google your name. What's coming up here? Okay, so we have surrendering. I feel like both of you have surrendered to the connection, most likely when the separation happened. You might have let them go, Divine Feminine, and instead of running after them, pleading, a lot of you were like, no, in order to gain balance here, I need to just stay put and allow this cycle of separation to occur, okay? And because you've allowed it, that's where this forgiving and learning is coming from, because each time you guys allow the separation, you give your person space, okay? That suitcase might just be for clout, you know? It's like, all right, I'm taking the suitcase, and you're just like, damn, just go. All right. When you guys allow the separation, I feel like this comes in faster, okay? Because if you don't allow the separation, you trigger each other more, and the separation is then prolonged and prolonged and prolonged. So, you know, they know that letting them go, it was for the best, okay? I think that a lot of your masculines initially were very hurt and maybe angry, okay? So you guys might have had conflict, and maybe you guys block them, or you know, they ghosted you and you were just like, okay, that's cool, and you've never looked back since. You've never tried to reach out, you've never tried to you know, connect with them again. And as hard as it was, and as much as it made them, you know, angry or feel rejected, I feel like there was nothing else to really trigger them. And now, because they're in this place of forgiving and learning, it's made them surrender now. So a lot of them want to communicate again. By you surrendering, it has, you know, it's allowed them to really look at themselves, okay? What have they learned about themselves? Okay, I'm going to cut it right in half. Okay, so we have passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Okay, so I feel like they realize that they love you. You know, they genuinely love you. Maybe they see the changes as well, because again, the old you would have gone running for them. You know, the minute they grab the suitcase, you know, they're not just going for a long drive, right? You know, they're leaving. And I feel like for many of you, you were like, okay, like, it's probably best that you do that. And because a lot of you you've held those morals, you know, close to your heart, those standards. Maybe many of you have been through the ringer one too many times with your masculines, and, you know, you've learned not to go chasing after them. And so passion is returning to this connection as well, okay? Because as we forgive and learn, we know that this, it naturally brings back love into balance, okay? And yeah, oh, okay, I didn't know this here as well. I'll take it. I was going to shuffle again, but the promise of unending love. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of your masculines are the ones that are going to be reaching out for this communication. Okay, because I know maybe in some of your connections, even after long periods of separation, you might have been the one to always reach out, Divine Feminine, because, you know, you saw the bigger picture. But I feel like many of your masculines weren't getting the lesson when you did that. So as painful as it might have been to completely surrender, like in this card here, the promise of unending love is coming through. And that with the passion card as well, it's like distance makes the heart grow fonder for this masculine. You know, it's like, you don't have to say anything. I felt like your silence said everything. Okay, that's what I'm picking up. You know, maybe by your silence, it allowed them to hear themselves. It allowed them to actually get into that place of telepathically communicating with you, and to work it out without the actual physical intervention of, you know, maybe you reaching out and trying to ask them to explain themselves, and is it really over? And you just, you know, again, triggering each other. A lot of surrender has happened in this connection, and it now, I feel like now it's bubbling up is the confirmation that, you know, when your person comes back, they're probably going to reveal a little bit more deeper about how it is they feel. Or, you know, they might, because the soulmate card is coming out as well, I feel like if this reading finds you, whether it happens now or later on, your person is going to come at you and tell you, like, you know, I feel like we're soulmates, or I feel like this is something deeper. If you've already brought this up to them, they're going to have something occur where they're going to confirm it to you as well. Like, I've never believed in these kinds of things before, but, you know, I think we may in fact just be, you know, soulmates, or there's some kind of connection here. Like, I can't seem to stop thinking about you. You know, sometimes I feel like it stops and I'm doing okay for a while and I can carry on, I can go to work, I can get my stuff done. But then there is this longing, and the distance bothers them. The fact that you guys don't talk or don't communicate, you don't text, you don't check up on each other. This is a masculine that's like, I don't like that. I don't like when things are like that between us. Okay, so I feel like they are the ones that are coming to make, like, you know, make up for lost time. They're going to be the ones to communicate as well, that, because I feel like maybe in the past you've poured your heart out and you've never had that confirmation from your masculine as to how it is they deeply feel. You know, if this reading has found you, look forward to that. Like, maybe you have the type of masculine that's like, never talk about feelings, always avoiding it, always, you know, dipping and dodging when it comes to expressing, but not anymore. Like, they're feeling the passion all because you surrendered. That's how they saw you. Like, that's how they saw you as like, oh wow. I feel like a lot of them had that initial moment of panic when they realized that you weren't going to come after them. You know, but it's changed a lot within this masculine is what I'm feeling through this reading. And so again, if you guys have never heard your masculine talk about how they feel for you, or talk about the connection itself to you on a deeper level, get ready, okay? Because it's happening. It may not be today or tomorrow, but if this reading has found you, you know, get prepared. And I feel like it literally is going to take your breath away, because it's going to be, you're not going to be expecting to hear your masculine communicate in the way that they communicate. And I'm also hearing that when you do hear how they express themselves, you're going to be like, damn, they're going through this whole twin flame thing just like I am, because only a twin flame would express themselves like that. Like, some of the things they're going to reveal to you about how they felt in separation away from you, the intensity, many of you are going to be like, okay, that's my confirmation that I feel like they're also on this journey. Okay, let's go ahead and wrap up this reading, and I'm going to get some overall advice for you guys on the journey right now, whoever is listening. And I love this deck, the Fairy Tarot. I feel like it promotes self-confidence. Okay, so what messages do you need to hear right now? It could just be in just your overall life, just on the journey, you know, whether it relates to directly to your masculine or not. I just ask for overall guidance for the listener, please, and thank you, universe. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups here, okay? So news worth celebrating, announcements such as weddings, graduations, or births, friends you cherish. The word announcements sticks out to me because that news worth celebrating, I feel, is many of you actually getting that justice in this lifetime. Because I feel like, again, a lot of you have never heard your person really come out and fully say how it is they feel. You know, so sometimes, you know, you may feel like it's your twin flame, or, you know, the way you guys might connect, the synchronicities, but again, you've never heard it out of their mouth, right? It's going to be news worth celebrating, and the news that's worth celebrating for me is going to be, you know, you two are finally in a place of being like, okay, this is real, this is legitimate, now we can relax throughout the periods of separation, because on a higher level, I know I ain't crazy, and this is insane that this experience is happening to the both of us. Like, that's the vibe I feel like you guys are going to be going on with this year. You know, like, I can't believe, like, this is happening. Like, this is actually happening for us, you know? So, yeah. I feel it really positive for you guys. Beautiful communication coming through. And yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the year with this type of energy, whoever's reading this is, okay? You did the right thing, even though it maybe didn't feel like it at the time, and it felt like the end of everything. You see that sun and moon in the background there? It's literally, you know, showing you that in order to balance, sometimes, you know, we do have to kind of hold back and, you know, allow divine timing to do its thing, especially sometimes when it feels like when you're pushing and pushing and pushing and the person keeps going further and further away. Yeah, it's definitely time to surrender to the connection. But yeah, it's definitely bringing you a lot of abundance and love this year. All right. I love you guys. Take care. And I will catch you in the next reading. Okay. Bye, guys.